Hey.
Hey.
Hey, mommy.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hi, viewers.
How are you guys doing? Hi.
Hey. Welcome to Anything and Everything.
Yeah, so this is our segment with Jasmine and I, anything and everything.
Where we talk about
yes,
anything and everything.
yes, we talk about anything and everything.
And we often have these conversations a lot off camera. So we thought we would include you guys into these conversations because we drop a lot of nuggets.
Yeah, and they're normally pretty good.
Yeah.
I normally get something from you. You get something from me.
I always get something from you.
We get something from each other.
Yeah.
And it just works. And we just figure
Like a
well.
symbiosis.
Yeah.
We get stuff, you get stuff, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. So, with that being said, this is our first episode, guys, of Anything and Everything.
Today we're gonna talk about something interesting that happened just a few days ago, and this is a really intimate story. Not intimate, a very, what's the word?
I think
Personal or
yeah,
personal?
private, you know.
But I want to
private
be
conversation.
humble, open, and transparent. So
Oh,
Like a
sounds
Todd.
like I heard that somewhere before. Okay, I guess we're jumping right in for the very first episode.
yep, very first episode.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's flesh it out. I don't know how detailed I should go, how not detailed I should go. I don't really know. You're gonna have to help me out with that, okay?
Okay, so I'll take the lead.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess it's over.
Actually, I should
I don't know.
start the story off since I'm the one who started it out, right? You wouldn't have had that experience if I hadn't started it out. So I'm gonna start it out, and then you can go back to you.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, so I feel like we're delaying it.
I was ready to jump right in, but you know, I'm just saying.
We gotta give it some
I was
context.
ready to jump right in. I don't know how much context. Like context is coming. Okay, guys. So, timeout.
Time out.
We have a really, really good season coming for you guys. Very, very soon, and it's gonna call Journey
yes,
to Us.
yeah, that's the context.
Right. And Journey to Us. I know we have a lot that we're doing and we're telling you guys about. Anywho,
Well,
Journey to Us.
that's the pre-context.
Yes. But I don't want to go into Journey to Us. So I'm just I'm just saying this right here that you're seeing is a product of Journey to Us.
It's all making sense. Just stick with us. It's all making sense.
There we go. So if everything is not answered here in anything on this segment of Anything and Everything, you're gonna get all the details in Journey to Us.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's yummy.
Mhm.
Okay? So I just want to put that plug. I just wanted to say so that they'll know if they don't get everything right now, it's coming
Okay.
in a
Fair
future
enough.
episode near you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Resume. Okay. Present time. So we went on vacation for a wedding in Belize a couple days ago. That was like last week.
Yes, we came back Tuesday last.
Yeah, Tuesday last week. So while we were there, I was a little idle. You know, when I'm here, I'm focused. I'm disciplined. There's no distractions because everything I need is all around me. But when we went out, that kind of like slipped away a little bit, and I just became idle and bored. So I reverted back to my old ways a little bit and kind of got in contact with somebody I shouldn't have gotten in contact with. And I knew I shouldn't have, but it's just like I was bored and I did something stupid, to keep it short. But I did that, and I felt myself getting distracted and pulling away a little bit, distancing myself from mommy, and I just knew right away that this wasn't a good thing. But as I came back, and we came back home Tuesday, it started to get a little worse, and it just got intense, to say, and I was just wrestling. It was like tug of war. One half of me was like, you got to get back to God. You got to keep studying. You got to get in your word. Draw near to Him. The other half was like, forget it. It's not worth it. Go back to where you're going. It's comfortable there. It feels good. Keep doing what you're doing. So I was just like torn between two pieces. This is where Mom comes in.
So we came back on a Tuesday evening, and coming to the end of our trip, I just started feeling something weird, like this weird vibe between us. But I didn't want to overreact, right? You know, as a mother, you don't want to overreact. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe she's just going through something. And so Tuesday evening, I really thought it was about the whole suitcase drama and the whole. I was like, the energy was off, and I was thinking, okay, part of our baggage got misplaced.
That's a whole nother story.
Or delayed. We'll tell you about that later. And so I was thinking, you know, she was upset about that. So I kind of gave her some space. We got home Wednesday. I tried to cheer her up, and I was like, something is off. And just casually, I just said, knows. Lord, just whatever it is, just reveal it, or, you know, give her grace to deal with whatever she's dealing with. And that Wednesday evening, because this was after the suitcase came and everything was fine.
So
that
weird.
Wednesday evening, I went to bed.
Oh, yeah.
And I had this weird dream. And in this dream, y'all, we were at our old home, and the home that we lived in prior to my previous divorce, right? And so we was in that home, and we were on that street, and for whatever reason, someone came to our home to tell us that, hey, you guys gotta leave because people are breaking in the other homes on the street. And we were trying to leave, and at first Jasmine didn't want to go, and I kept asking her, why you don't want to go? Why you don't want to go? And she said to me, because I miss Dad and it's comfortable here. I really want to stay here. And so I began to tell her that staying there was not safe. We had to leave. So I took her by the hand. She decided to leave with me, and we began to try to leave out of that community. But while we were trying to leave out, we got lost, because part of it is like curly sacks and stuff like that. So we got lost, and we couldn't find our way out, and we kept fighting, trying to find our way out. And she was with me, and we were just going from street to street, house to house, trying to find ways. And then I got scared in my dream, and I woke up. Right?
Didn't you say you saw our dad?
Oh yeah, so part of it, while we were trying to get out of the neighborhood, I saw your dad, and he came and he was trying to help us get out of the neighborhood, right? And then this guy came up to us, and the guy had a gun, and your dad was like, go, and he was telling us to go, he's gonna stay. And as we were running away, the guy shot your dad, and I saw him in my sleep, fell to the floor, or fell to the ground, and we continued trying to get out of there. I kept pulling your hand and saying, we gotta go. And, you know, I woke up because that was very scary. I was gonna leave that part out, but...
Oh, no, you gotta tell everything. You're telling me.
So, anyway, I woke up. And it was a nightmare for me, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I kept thinking about it. I got into my word. I started to pray. And I kept wanting to ignore it and just say, oh, it's a dream. It's just a dream. And the Holy Spirit said to me, you need to have a conversation with Jasmine. And you need to let her know that even though something may be comfortable, you can't go back to it. Because if you go back to it, you're going to be lost. It's going to cause the people that surround you and looking up to you to be lost. And it might even mean the death of somebody. It may not be a physical death, but it might be a death of their dreams, a death of their hope, a death of their salvation, a death of, you know, their life, you know. So I was like, that's weird. Tell that to Jasmine. But I wasn't going to say anything right then, but I was coming to you, and you came out your room, and I met you, and I looked at you, and I said, hey, I got something to tell you. And that's when I proceeded to tell you what I dreamt and what the Holy Spirit was saying. And immediately you start smiling.
I started laughing. I was like...
And when she did that, when she started doing this little snickering or giggling thing, I said, this is it.
I was laughing. Like, I knew you didn't think this, but I thought you were thinking that I was laughing to be disrespectful. But I was just...
No.
I was like...
It was a nervous, uncomfortable laugh. It was a, oh boy, kind of laugh. Like, over here. This is what's happening right now. You were told almost.
It was a laugh like, wow, because in my knowledge, I didn't tell you anything, nothing. I guess my body language was giving away a lot of stuff, but I was like, you dreamt that and God told you that in specific detail? Like, that made my my blood run cold. Like, that was...
Yeah, because he's close to you, he's concerned about you. And, you know, for parents out there, once you're a parent that really seek God for your children, he reveals things to you, you know. And I didn't know the magnitude. I had a slight idea because I felt like something was off, but I didn't want to automatically go there. You know, I didn't want to automatically say, oh, it got to be this, you know, because there's a possibility that I may have been wrong. You know, I could have been wrong. So I decided to just wait. But I knew the shift. I felt the shift. I felt the shift spiritually when you started to shift. You started to drift away. And that's the thing about sin, if I should say that. It causes you to isolate yourself.
Causes distance.
You know, it causes distance, you know, because what the enemy wants to do is get you isolated by yourself and then continue to speak to you and tell you that this is what you should be doing, you know, and forget everybody else. This is what you should be doing. That's the lie from the enemy. So, and what I think was even more profound is that, so we had that conversation that Thursday night, that Thursday, and that very next day, Friday and Saturday, was Jackie Hill Perry.
Yeah.
So I think that came in to further solidify that word right there. Where you needed to be anchored.
Yeah. And what really even further solidified it is after you told me that, like that night before, a question came up, and I knew if I got the answer to that question, like something would be significantly different. Like that would be the death of something. And right after you told me that dream, that person completely stopped answering my texts. Like it's been 4 or 5 days, and there's nothing. Like it went completely silent. It went dead. And I was just like, as soon as she told me that, I didn't hear anything back.
Wow. And I prayed when, you know, I had the dream and everything, but I wasn't sure what was happening up until I spoke to you. Up until I had a conversation with you and your reaction, I was like, okay, God, you're so awesome. This is it.
Can you imagine if you had waited?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been out of that situation regardless because it's God's will, but it would have been even harder probably. Something would have happened. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why you have to be bold, and when you hear something, even though it doesn't make sense to you, if God is giving you a word or he's giving you a message or he said go do this or say this, it's good for you to do it because you have no idea what's on the flip side of that. You know, you have no idea what that person is dealing with or what your word in that moment can save or impact or change, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and it's crazy because just thinking about it, I keep replaying the details in my head, like your dream and everything like that, and I just keep saying like that's so crazy, the calling that must be on my life to the point where I can't go back to what I used to do even if I wanted to. Like God is calling me where I need to be and he will not let me go.
Yes. You know, it's like one of the scriptures says, I think it was one of the Psalms that says, relax my hold upon you. My hold is upon you. My firm hold is upon you. I forgot what translation it is, but it's like, relax, I got you. Relax, I will not let you go. Relax. If you pay attention to what's going on around you, you'll see that there's safety here. You just have to embrace it. Because the other side to that is you could have been rebellious. You know, you could have been like, I don't want to hear anything. You know, but when we have a heart that's postured towards God, he can rescue us. You know, he can save us. It's almost like if somebody's drowned in and you're trying to help them, they don't want to catch the life vest or whatever it is you're sending to them. You can't save them, regardless of how much you want to. If they don't want to be saved, you can't save them. And it's the same thing in our walk, in our relationship with God. The enemy is talking to us and God is talking to us. So sometimes the enemy's voice might be very loud, but God is going to send people along the way to reach and pull us back. Are we going to listen? You know, are we going to move when rescues come? the scripture says that God provides a way out, for us to escape from sin, because he knows that temptation, sometimes could be hard, and left our own devices, we might fall to those temptations. And sometimes we do, but God always provides a way out, a way of escape.
Yeah.
And we have to take that escape.
Mm-hmm. It's just like what Jackie Hill Perry was saying when she was talking about David and Goliath, and she was like, God will fight you.
God will fight you to save you.
Yeah.
God will fight you to keep
like
you.
Yeah. That just blew my mind. So we just wanted to let you guys in on that. And
yeah, that was really good. And the nugget from that is
maybe this is a word for you.
And the nugget is, when you're surrounded with people or surrounded by people that hears from God, be willing to move when you get that nudge, when God is giving you a way of escape. Pray that you will have a tender heart towards God's voice and his promptings, and when he sends people along the way to talk and encourage you, that you will have a heart that hears and a heart that obeys and a heart that responds to the promptings of God.
And don't go back to something just because it's comfortable.
That was the major point.
Yeah.
Do not go back to something because it's familiar or it's comfortable, because there's people that's waiting and looking up to you for you to do what you have to do. There's lives that you might save. There's people that's going to come to salvation because of your testimony. So you can't go back, And then there's people that may be lost. Excuse me. There's people that may be lost if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So don't go back to familiarity. Don't go back to comfort. Comfort is not the place where you win. Okay.
That's it for today. See you guys in the next one.
Anything and everything. Bye.